To say that Jamaica's justice system is a joke is not an understatement. It's a factual thing. Now, many people might argue that, well, they can't do anything about it because these are the laws on the books. Well, laws on books are not set in stone. And politicians who are in positions of power today can actually have those amended or rewritten and set in a way, or make up new laws and add them to the books that are set in a way that benefits today's society in Jamaica. Baby killer could get 50% discount on their sentence. Welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. People have been asking for some short videos because we've been doing these 3-hour-long live videos for the past 2 weeks. Here's a very short video and to the point for you. This morning I woke up and I looked at the headline, and the headline in the Jamaica Star says, "Baby killer could get 50% discount on sentence." We are talking about the situation surrounding Philip Paulwell's baby mother and her 10-month-old daughter. The kidnapping and the murder, torture and murder of 50% discount. I want y'all to understand that they will start somewhere at about 35 years, 40 years at max. And if this ends up being a 50% discount, then expect them to end somewhere about 19, 20 years. Similar to the Beachy Stout trial, which we will speak about the bombshell in that trial on a next short video to follow this one. But if you notice in that one, for his guilt and testimony, the alleged hitman was sentenced to 19 years. And he is only supposed to do 10 before he is eligible for parole. That's not just the cake. That's the cake with icing on the cake. Now today, it says that the man who on Thursday pled guilty to the murder and kidnapping of opposition lawmaker Philip Paulwell's infant daughter, 10-month-old Soraya Paulwell, and her mother, 27-year-old Tashina Patterson, those men, or that man who pled guilty, could see a massive discount in his sentence. Now, mind you, he's not the only one. There's another one that is going to step up, or said to be ready to step up and plead guilty and take advantage of plea deal as well. How many of them will take advantage of this plea deal? Why is this plea deal even extended to them? Is it something that is mandatory? Under the Criminal Justice Administration Act, a person who pleads guilty at the first opportunity may benefit from discounted sentence by up to 50%. The defendant pleaded guilty to 2 counts of murder and 2 counts of kidnapping in this particular case. He is to be sentenced on November 15th. It is unclear whether the confessed killer, whose name is being withheld, will be cooperating with prosecutors in the case against his co-accused. Now, to make that clear for you, he is labeled now as a confessed killer, not a confessed kidnapper, as we know they were kidnapped, not a confessed torturer, as we know they were tortured, grievous bodily harm, but a confessed killer, meaning he took part in the killing. His name is being withheld, which means he's being protected. Not only that, they are not sure if he will be cooperating with prosecutors in the case against his co-accused. So it is strictly on the merit of pleading guilty early that he would be awarded this gift of a 50% reduced sentence. Doesn't have to give them anything against the others. Doesn't have to tell the whole story. Just plead guilty. Cut your time in half. Leoda Bradshawn, the U.S. Navy petty officer who flew to Jamaica with murder on her mind, the alleged mastermind behind all this. She is charged jointly with Roland Balfour, Richard Brown, and Roshane Miller. Reports are that the man who pleaded guilty drove the killers to Warwick Hills, St. Andrew, where 10-month-old Soraya Paulwell and her 27-year-old mother, Tashina Patterson, were both unalived. It is further reported that he was also the same person who collected the part payment from Bradshaw and handed it over to the men who actually carried out the unaliving of the two, the mother and her child. So he is very connected to the case. Bradshaw, who is Paulwell's companion and the mother of one of his children, is alleged to have offered the unalivers $500,000 to unalive the side woman and her child. It is also said that only $100,000 was paid, roughly 600 and something US dollars. How cheap is life? The mother and the daughter were abducted from their home on Gilmore Drive in St. Andrew on September 9th. This is what law enforcement is now absolutely sure of. They were already allegedly then taken to East Kingston, where they were shot and their bodies were burnt. Bradshaw and her cousin Balfour, they appeared in court earlier this month and they were remanded until December. Bradshaw is a 34-year-old U.S. Navy petty officer and is charged with 2 counts of capital murder, conspiracy to murder, kidnapping, and conspiracy to kidnapping. She flew all the way from the U.S., left her good position in the military in the U.S. to end up in Jamaica, in a Jamaican prison cell, with charges that are this serious. But I can see why. Because if you look at Jamaica's justice system, and they're talking about slashing people's time in half for a guilty confession, I mean, why not? Balfour, who was charged with 2 counts of accessory before the fact to kidnapping and accessory before the fact to murder, is also awaiting his day. Will they flip on each other, or will they plead guilty sometime soon and receive the 50% discount, or not? None of them so far has said, we did not do it. None of them so far has denied their involvement. My question to you, the audience, is this, and I want you to leave it in the comment section below. Should this 50% discount be offered to any of the people involved in the unaliving of this 27-year-old mother and her innocent 10-month-old child? Let's have a discussion in the comment section. I'll catch you all on the next video. Have a wonderful weekend, and look out for our Beachy Stout video where the hitman allegedly claims that he did not say those things in the statement. The police made those up. I'm out. Peace.